You're listening to Cannabis Corner on WNHH 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from downtown New Haven. We are streaming live on TuneIn Radio and NewHavenIndependent.org. We're also streaming live video on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to your Facebook page and look us up, or hit see first to see and hear all the great programs that we have here on WNHHLP. And just a reminder, Cannabis Corner is also streaming live on the Greenhaven Media Facebook page and procannabismedia.com. And starting next week, we will be streaming live on our brand new YouTube page, which you can subscribe to now at Greenhaven Media on YouTube. Please do so. Welcome, everybody. It is Monday, January 10th. Welcome to Cannabis Corner. I am your host, Joe LaChance, Joe the Weed Guy, and I, of course, am joined here by my illustrious and infamous co-host, Farmer Lou. Uncle Lou, how are you today?
How's it going, good brother? I'm quite excited. It's a beautiful weekend. The summer's here. We're really feeling it in our great state of Connecticut. So I'm excited. Remember, grow season for everybody. Grow season has started. So get those clones, pop those seeds, do what you do. We do have legal home grow. So we've had great people come on and talk about their grow shops. This is the time to start engaging and building your grow community as an independent home grower.
Speaking of home growers, we now, first of all, have a new theme song. How did you like the new theme song, everybody?
That was awesome, Joe. Way to go, Joe. We're all about it.
The artist who created that theme song will be on the air with us today in a little bit.
Yep.
So we'll get to talk to Amanda Brite, who created that song for us. We also going to have Cody Richard from the Cannabis Connection coming on with us a little bit too. So we got a great show today, but I want to say thank you to our new seed sponsor, Gene Traders.
Yep.
So you're talking about home grow. We now have a seed sponsor who was working with us. Thank you to Lou Pino and Gene Traders.
Yep.
And we're going to be giving away seed packs every week.
They're in hand, ready to go.
There they are. Uncle Lou has them ready to go. And
it was like Lou's Vanna White moment. You're like, and here they are.
We're going to be giving away seed packs starting next week. So, along with streaming live on YouTube next week, we're going to be starting, but we need subscribers on our YouTube page. So, the way to enter the contest to win the seeds is subscribe to our new YouTube page at Greenhaven Media on YouTube, or you can also join our new email list, which you can join by going to greenhavenmedia.com, which is our newly launched website. It's just getting up and running, but you can scroll down to the bottom and put your name in for our email list. And that is a second way for you to join this contest.
Subscribe once and you're always entered. So the more people you can get into subscribe, get your friends, tell somebody, be a friend, share the notes. You know what I mean? And this opens you to every week's competition. Every week's drawing.
Exactly. And then eventually we're going to have a newsletter coming out and a lot of great things coming up for the Greenhaven Media website. We have brought an editor on with us and a lot of great things happening. So, but without any further ado.
That's right.
I would like to bring on in her corner, Miss Princess Kristin Souza. Kristin Souza, Klassic Kristin. Princess Kristin, how are you today?
She's actually
I lost my tiara.
She's the Duchess.
So for those of you that don't know what they're teasing me about,
We're not teasing, we love it.
I love it. Yeah, no. So my friend Stephanie Rivkin, she's DJ Stephanie Stardust, and a couple of other women that she's in the wedding industry with. So a lovely girl named Jade, she's also a DJ, and then Marissa is Sassy Mouth Photo. So we did like a Royal Bridgerton themed photo shoot with some cannabis flair to it. So I got to get all dressed up like a princess with a tiara. It was lovely and a ton of fun just getting together. Like what I was saying, like, you know what I mean? This plant brings all different kinds of people together, and a bunch of ladies got together and played dress up. So it was lovely. We had tea.
Well, yeah, and it looked like a lot of fun. And I mean,
it was a blast.
Great pictures. You could spread those out there. Those are great.
No, it was a ton of fun. We got, you know what I mean? We enjoyed some
I'm
herbal
sure you enjoyed
refreshments,
some
and it
herbal
was a
tea
blast.
and all
There
that
we
kind
go.
of stuff.
No, it was
All
very
right.
good. But
So
I'm
that
good. How are you?
one little event that you hung out at. So tell us what else is going on around the state. I know that we got a few events that we're going to be at. So why don't you let us know what's going on here, Kristin?
Yeah, for sure. So we definitely wanted to re-highlight two of the big ones coming up. So one would be Expungement Day, and that is on the 18th. So next weekend, or I'm sorry, bear with me. It's not next weekend, but it is the 18th, whatever the date that
That
falls
is,
on.
yeah, the week after next. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go to pardonct.com and look up the locations. This is something in conjunction with Connecticut community colleges. So folks that need to have something expunged off of their record or are interested in getting more information about how to do that, whether they qualify, all of that good stuff. There's going to be a ton of volunteers, attorneys, and resources available for folks to discuss that. If that's not something that you need, but you're still wanting to help out, they're also looking for volunteers. So regardless of where your area of expertise is, they can certainly use your time and talents. So if that's something you'd like to help out with, again, just go to their website, sign up. We've got some, information on our own pages that you can get more detail on, but it's pardonct.com.
All right. Very cool. And I think that's very important. If you do have something on your record you would like to get cleared up, to go in and at least check that out. Now,
For
what about this Saturday? What's going on this Saturday?
And that was our next big one. So this Saturday, the 15th, is going to be the job fair for Nautilus Botanicals. For those of you that live under a rock, that's Lou's company. So he's going to be hosting a job fair down at the Shack in New Haven. It is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There are multiple positions that are available for y'all to, get information on and throw your resume at. So, there's pharmacist positions, bud tenders, general manager. So certainly swing through. There's also going to be some information tables set up with folks in the community. So we will be there holding it down with Cannabis Corner Radio.
Yes,
The
we will.
Connecticut Cannabis Small Business Alliance will be there. Someone will be representing Connecticut. We also have, I believe there was one more. Who am I missing?
Gold Coast Grow.
Thank you. Gold Coast Grow will also be there. Sorry, Carrie Ann. Saved the best for last. But yeah, that'll be a great time. Very important. So swing through, show your support, look into the information tables, give your information. Lou, you got anything to add? Oh, and canned food drive as well. Bring a non-perishable food item for donation.
All right, very good. And then we got a couple other little things going on before we bring on our first guest.
We do.
Duncan from isn't Duncan doing something this weekend for Branford Days?
So yeah, the city of Branford, or town of Branford rather, regardless, they have almost like for lack of a better word, like a street fair. So it's their 40th annual Branford Festival. Better Ways is hosting Shoreline Hydroponics from Westbrook, Connecticut. So it's a pop-up party with grow supplies, genetics, soil, lights, tents. And this is like they said, it's the 40th year for Branford Festival. So all of the businesses on Main Street in Branford will have their own activities going on. And Better Ways LLC is going to be having their CBD wellness products and having that pop up with Shoreline Hydroponics. So that is happening the 14th through the 16th. So also all this weekend, Friday.
So that's all this weekend.
Sunday.
So if we wanted to pop over there after the job fair, we could do that, right?
We sure could.
That would be a lot of fun. All right. Very, very good. And then also just a side note, the Burn and Learn Center has the big Reggae Fest coming up on June 22nd, but we will spotlight that a little bit more next week, but you can check that out. All right. We're now ready for our first guest. With us, joining us now is Amanda Brite. And Amanda Brite is a singer-songwriter and composer from Middletown, Connecticut. She's been writing music since the age of 5, but is making her pop rock debut now in 2024. And today will be the first day her song, Getting Closer, is going to be played on air right here on 103.5. And it's about personal progress and learning to be good to the people you love. She hopes to encourage everyone to experience growth, peace, joy, and love, and to understand the power of music. I love that message. And we love the new theme song. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us. And tell us a little bit about yourself. But, we have a kind of a cool story. You and I met at an event, at one of the Burn and Learn events, and we were just chatting. And I was talking, you're telling me how you're a musician, and we were just chatting. I was saying how we might be looking for a new theme song. And lo and behold, literally 2-3 days later, what's in my inbox? But
A theme song
from Amanda Brite. So Amanda, yes. So you've been performing since age 5. That's a long time.
Yeah, you know what? I think I've been writing for that long, but I've only really performed like since my teens, It's been more recent, but I have loved it for a long time. So I'm really
Excellent.
happy to be sharing my music today. Thank you for letting me on the show today and liking the theme song, I was feeling like I might want to change it because when I checked out one of the episodes of your show, you had like this very chill music at the start, and what I came up with was pretty upbeat, but I kind of went with my gut, so I'm really glad that you liked
We
it.
liked it. Yeah. Well, you got to look at the other people on the show, like in the kind of our audience are like 90s, like people who grew up in the 90s kids, right?
Right, yeah.
So that song definitely has that 90s vibe to it. And I love it. It is upbeat and it is bouncy and it is a little bit different from what we had before, but that's the point, right? Why would we want to do the same thing?
Yeah,
So
it's good
I
to do
think it's
something new.
great. And we played it around for people and other people love it. And we love it here. So we thank you so much for doing that for us. But
No
we
problem.
wanted to do for you, we wanted to debut your first single, the first song that you put out on YouTube right here on Cannabis Corner for the first debut. Oh, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to share my screen now. Who else is sharing their screen? Harry, can you allow me to share my screen, please? I want to play this video. All right.
Well, we're working. I was going to say, while we're working through the technicals, Amanda, I started looking you up a little bit. First of all, I'm a Middletown gal myself, so love that. And I saw that you had done that music first a couple of years ago. I'm like, I knew she sounded familiar. So
yeah,
nice to have the hometown crowd.
Yes, thank you. And nice to meet you as well.
Likewise. Now we're probably going to run into each other at Stop and Shop or something, but
probably. And then I'll be like, oh, now I know who that is. Yeah.
You have the ability to share now. So here we are. Are you ready now? We're going to debut. This is Amanda Brite's first single. It is called Getting Closer. All right.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Can everybody hear it?
No.
No?
I can only see the video.
Same.
Hold on 1 minute. I think I know what's wrong.
Well, first of all, to anyone listening today, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy my song.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead. I figured out what was wrong.
For anyone that wants to find me anywhere, my name is Amanda Brite, Brite. If you're watching visually, I have signs. This is how you spell it. And just enjoy the song. It's called Getting Closer, definitely based on that like rock pop sound like you heard in the theme song, except like experimental structure.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Of course, it's from YouTube, so it's going to do this. All right.
What I've been thinking about, and that I'm still thinking about.
Are we doing it?
Whenever I'm doing well, it feels like we're getting closer. Whenever I'm But whenever I'm doing well, it feels like we're getting closer. Whenever I'm doing well, it feels like we're getting closer. Don't run, don't hide, 'cause I'm being more receptive and saying things out loud. About to make it articulated on my way to you. Practicing speaking, and everything I'm saying is closer to the truth. Springtime in my soul. If I can feel the sun, then I can feel your love. About to make it articulated on my way to you. Practicing speaking, and everything I'm saying is closer to the truth. Hearing more clearly, improving comprehension, and trusting those I hear. Rising emotions and chemical reactions that exist beyond fear. I'll be able to hear you. I'll be able to tell you whatever I need to. Whenever I'm doing well, it feels like we're getting closer. I feel like we're getting closer already.
All right.
Woo!
That sounded great.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
I really like that.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
excellent.
you.
Now, was the video
Appreciate it.
coming up too?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. I did it right. Now I know I can do that in the future.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Amanda. Great. Thank you so much. That is your debut single, Getting Closer. Tell us
Getting
a little
closer.
bit how people can book you. Is it on
Yes.
Spotify? I see it here. We got it on YouTube here. How people can book you and how they can find you.
All right. I brought signs so you can
Okay.
like take a screenshot if you want. On Instagram, it's amanda.brite, B-R-I-T-E, .music. And then
Okay.
for booking, I have a special email address, amandabrightbooking@gmail.com. Right there.
Excellent. And
Also,
yeah,
I have a
let's.
Fiverr account now too.
Oh, okay.
Amanda
So
Brite.
you'll do. Okay, great. So you could do other theme songs, maybe some jingles, original
Absolutely.
music for people.
You know what?
Excellent.
I had so much fun doing your jingle that I really would like to do more. So anyone that's interested, please contact me. It gave me like a really nice challenge to record and to write something that fit. And yeah, like I don't know, I'm really happy with the melody. So yeah, to experience that more, I would love that. So like yeah, please
Wow.
contact me for themes, jingles, songs, whatever you may
Well,
want.
now you are officially a member of the Greenhaven Media family. So,
Yeah.
yeah, anytime, obviously, anybody in the cannabis industry who would like to work with Amanda, bring her on to bring some original music to your productions or to your shows or whatever you're doing, book her for one of these events that you're doing. Make sure you get in touch with her. Amanda, thank you so much for coming on. We will link up to all your stuff, and your YouTube page is Amanda Brite. Thanks again.
Yes.
That's where you can hear Getting Closer. And we
Yeah.
appreciate you. We love the theme song. Thanks again for coming on. And we
No
will
problem.
obviously be hearing from you every week.
Heck yeah. Thank you
Thank you
guys so
so
much.
much.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Amanda.
All right. See you later.
All righty. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was great. So now our next guest coming up is Mr. Cody Richard. And he is from Cannabis Connection Delivery Service. And at Cannabis Connection, their mission is to revolutionize the way people access the benefits of cannabis throughout the state of Connecticut. They strive to create a seamless and reliable delivery experience, connecting individuals with high-quality cannabis products right to their doorstep. Their commitment to an exceptional customer service and an array of delivery options for partners sets apart, ensuring that Cannabis Connection Delivery Service leaves a lasting impression. They currently deliver to 25 towns in Middlesex and New Haven County. They have completed over 220 deliveries in the 35 days since opening. They deliver to medical and adult use customers, with the majority of customers being older. I don't know what that means. We're open 7 days a week, and people can go to our website, cannabiscon.com, and enter their zip code to see if they deliver to their area. And then you can place the order right on their website. Cody, how are you today?
You know,
can't
I'm
hear
a
you,
fan
man.
of these guys as he gets everything situated.
I think he's on a delivery. You got to unmute, my friend.
Just gotta unmute that, brother. I love these guys. They're great guys, really doing the grassroots works, really coming from
Unmute.
you know the
There
there he
you
is.
go. What, do you want a delivery, bro?
No. Oh man,
no.
we got some connection area, but I wouldn't say he's on a delivery because obviously we're not gonna.
No,
He's not
I was only kidding.
multitasking.
I'm trying to get a conversation going, but
now.
Cody, we cannot hear you.
You know, while he's getting some connection back
in
there.
a delivery vehicle right now. I'm on my.
Oh, there we are. I'm hearing
wow.
something.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Yep,
me
there
now?
he goes.
Everything
Yep,
should be unmuted.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I think he's here now.
Yes.
All
Hello.
right. There he is. Now it's even looking better.
All right. All right.
Cody, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I really do appreciate the opportunity to be on the show. It's always an amazing an amazing experience, and it's glad to see everyone's doing well, and everyone comes with smiles. So that is always a good feeling.
Yeah, well,
We
you
try to
gotta
be
be
a positive
smiling these
show.
days, Cody. You
And
gotta be
we smoke
smiling.
enough weed to be a positive show, right, Jeff?
Yeah, speaking of that, I gotta light mine back up. So, but yeah, Cody, so now you've been open now for about a month.
Yes.
And I know that it's been a long journey from when you first started and got your license to finally opening up. There's been a lot of hurdles along the way, but you have been very outspoken and you're very very out there in the community as far as making sure that things are done right. And I wanted to commend you on that. But tell us a little bit about the things that have been going on with you. How you got this up and running, and what some of the challenges may have been along the way.
Oh, great question. Yeah, it was. This was not an easy feat whatsoever. I mean, there was constant roadblocks in order to get this going. I think Lou can relate to that aspect of things. But once we got past our final approvals with DCP, we got past our social equity hurdle. It was just a matter of being able to lock down a couple dispensary partners, which wasn't an easy task, but I did ended up contracting with a couple dispensary partners, which was great. And then it was just about implementing all of the things that we were planning and getting ready for. Once those approvals came in the dispensary signed on board, it was just a matter of implementing all of those things that we have established. So, it was that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. Now, so you guys are located. You have your actual offices in Derby, Connecticut, right? And you're serving, you said, over 220 counties, right?
We do about 25
Oh, 220
towns
deliveries, 25
right
towns.
now. Yes, too. And yeah, we do medical and recreational. Our first delivery that I went out on was a woman who had just received surgery and could not leave the third floor to her home to to have access to her medicine. So it was a great thing to be able to deliver to an individual that was in need medically of cannabis too. So that was an amazing thing. And continuously we have individuals that are homebound that can't make it to the dispensary. So it's really nice that we can offer this service to people.
No, I think it's great. And I think, I'm glad that Connecticut, out of all the different things that we fought for, put delivery in right away, because other states had to wait for it. We got delivery in right away. You were fortunate enough to obtain a license. And as you said, it's been difficult working with different dispensaries. You're working with a couple right now, but there are more opening up, correct? And do you plan on opening up your sphere of delivery past the 25 cities, or are there limits on that?
Yeah, there's no limits to us necessarily for expansion. It's just basically, having those dispensary partners, then obviously internally having the means to be able to handle those additional towns, such as, additional vehicles. Obviously, if we have additional vehicles, we're going to need additional staff to be able to conduct the deliveries too. So, yeah, and yes, I am willing, going to expand very soon. I'm actually pulled over after the interview. I'm actually on my way up to another facility now to talk about how they would like to expand their delivery operations. So we do intend on expanding soon.
Very, very, very good. Now, I was looking on your website, and I don't think a lot of people know about this, but there are certain places you cannot deliver to. There are rules to dispensary delivery. And I think that people should know that, some of the things that people need to know before they go on your website, before they think that, that they can just go have some cannabis delivered to their house. There are certain places you can't deliver to, and there are certain things you need to have in order to prove your identity. Can you just run through that real quick so that people know, this before they, go into delivery?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question, Joe. So in order to place a delivery, you would first have to place a order on either our website or one of our dispensary partner website. At that point, they would ask you for your name. They would ask you for your address. They would ask you for your phone number. The person that is placing the order needs to be the person that we are delivering to at the time of delivery. So, for example, you can't have your wife put in an order and you want to accept it at the time of delivery. That can't happen. It has to be the person that placed the order that has to be present at the time of delivery in order for us to be able to check the identification. So for identification, people are allowed to utilize their driver's license, a state issued ID, an ID that's from ID or driver license from out of state is acceptable. A passport or military ID would need to be present at the time of delivery, along with their medical card if it's a medical order. We cannot deliver to any federal or state buildings. We cannot deliver to hospitals. We cannot deliver to any federal or state parks. We cannot deliver to any medical bases. So any public, any areas that are deemed, for the public, such as beaches and everything like that, that's going to be restricted from conducting deliveries.
Right. Okay. So see, that's what struck me. It was very important that people know, especially the one about you can't deliver to a medical facility. So if somebody was in the hospital and they wanted some edibles delivered or something, you couldn't do that, right?
So technically there's some facilities where we can, if they're, private senior homes.
Or like the hospice, I'm sure hospice allows it, right?
Right. And they have to have their protocols in place in order to be able to handle that type of the type of cannabis. But generally, if they're private living facilities, they're senior homes, those are all allowed. We just have to make contact with the individual that had placed the order, and then we're allowed to complete the delivery. We do accept cash upon delivery, and we do accept debit cards upon delivery. And the drivers will issue change at that time also, if it's
a cash delivery.
Cash or debit. Debit still works in the same way as when you walk into the dispensary. It is a cashless ATM. So we ring out in $5 increments. If your order is $153, we will ring out at $155 via the debit terminal, and we will issue your $2 back in change, just as you would if you went to the dispensary.
Got it. Okay, very, very good. So that, I think that was important to know. Like, so you can't be hanging out in the park and just get on your phone and go to the app and go, hey, I'm down here at the park. Can you deliver me, 2 eighths of cannabis here or whatever? That is not allowed. So pretty much you almost got to be at your house, or let's say at your private office. You can deliver to offices as long as they're not federal. Yep. But as far as like being out in public, it's really not something that you're allowed to do.
No, we all of our deliveries, pretty much, aside from the couple that are done at like, maybe private facilities or something like that, they're all done at the person's home. Right.
Yeah. So and I got to think for safety reasons too. You don't want to be delivering, out in a park or at a beach or at some party. Do you know what I mean?
No. I mean, the regulations don't allow for that too. So, I mean, it's not even worth thinking about if it would be beneficial or not. It's not something.
I actually think it's a good thing. I do. I think it's a good thing to restrict it to homes and all that kind of. It is not DoorDash. Let's be real.
Yeah. No. There are right.
This is cannabis, and this is. So, do you feel comfortable talking about your partners? So where people could know that at least they're supporting you by buying from these certain people.
So our first partner that we signed on with was Venue Flower Collective, which is located at 895 Washington Street in Middletown. They have a certain amount of towns in around the Middletown area that we were delivered to from that facility. Another one of our partners is Affinity, which is located at I believe it's 1351 Whaley Ave, New Haven. And we cover a good portion of the towns located in New Haven County from that facility. Okay,
so you're working right now. Great. Oh yeah, Affinity has been around a while, and the people there are great. I have never really done business with Venue. I know Kristin has, but I would say that's great. 220 deliveries just from 2 dispensaries in a month. I think that's pretty good for an upstart delivery service. Do you believe is a great average so far?
Yeah, I do think it's better than the alternative, right? It's better than not completing any deliveries. So it was definitely a good start. We plan on hopefully that continues. Hopefully we have a lot of repeat, customers. Hopefully we have a lot of new customers that are willing to try this service. One thing that we're running into is the lack of awareness of this service. We still show up to people and they cannot believe that this service even exists. A lot of people don't know it does exist, right? So we're having some trouble raising awareness too about that. But our dispensary partners, they have been, I would be nothing without their support, in this, because given the way that our law is structured, I'm not allowed to warehouse the cannabis. I can't keep the cannabis. So we have to rely on the partnerships with our dispensary partners to even, conduct deliveries. So I've been very grateful for the support that our retail partners have given us. I can't wait to be able to expand with them and to help them in any way, that I can to help expand delivery operations for their customers.
No, and I think it's great because you are, you're one of the smaller delivery services, one of the newer guys. There are other services out there,
right?
But you do have cars, a fleet of cars that you own, and you are up there competing with some big names, pretty much.
Absolutely. That's been a big struggle for us too. I've maintained 100% ownership. I'm not MSO backed. I'm not corporation backed. I'm not big money backed. That's not the kind of operation that I started or was even given the opportunity to take part in. So it's been very difficult at times. You know what I mean? Working with minimal resources in comparison to a larger MSO, which may have a lot more resources at their disposal. But nonetheless, I'm doing everything that I can to be able to create a viable business. You know, and it's yeah, it hasn't been easy, but I definitely want to give a lot of support. Like, I want to give a lot of thanks to all the people that have supported me along the way. You have supported me along the way. Kristin has supported me along the way. Lou has supported me along the way. And I'm very grateful for that, along with all of the people in my life that have dealt with, you know, me not having the best thoughts at times, maybe not, you know, maybe not thinking that this was ever going to happen. So all the people that are, if they're listening, you know, all the people that have been in my life, you know, family, friends, you know, I really couldn't do it without everyone. We got Abraham dispatching at the office right now. We got Adam on the road doing deliveries right now. And just the support of them has been amazing. My girlfriend Lorena has been a big support in all of this also, which has been an amazing thing.
Well, here's the thing, Cody. You know, this is why we have you on the show, and not, you know, and have you on the show. I'll just leave it as that. When I go to the Capitol for the only time in the entire year, and there you are, that shows me that you're out there doing things and that you want to be a part of this community. You're more than in it for just the money. When I go on LinkedIn and I see that you're, you know, out there testifying and you're speaking in front of people and you're going out there supporting the community, this is why I think it's important for people to know that, you know, you brought it up by your bootstraps. You weren't filled with a lot of money. And you are like one of us, you know what I mean? And I want people to know that. You are out there trying to make a difference, not only in the cannabis industry, but in the community at large. You get involved in other things as well. I mean, if you feel comfortable, tell us a little bit of some of the other causes and some of the other groups that you're involved in besides just with cannabis.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, no problem with that. It was a crazy session that this past year at the Capitol, along with advocating for you know, cannabis regulations, right, with Bill 5150. We also had some two other organizations that I was a part of. Was the Stop Solitary CT, which was led by Barbara Fair, and the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, which basically they do a lot of advocacy for our inmate population, right? A class of individuals that are routinely forgotten, but a class of individuals that should not be forgotten, right? Just because they're out of sight, out of mind, doesn't mean that the conditions of confinement should be, you know, inhumane. So,
Right.
you know, after meeting individuals in that organization, I was able to do a lot of work with them throughout session. Yeah, which was very amazing. I mean, I love the advocating for something that I believe in, right? I feel like I can't say if I believe in this, I'm not going to say anything. Well, if I believe in it, if I'm not going to say anything and the opposite happens, well, then I can't be mad that happened because I didn't take part in it, right? And I believe everyone should have a voice. At times, our voices are not heard. That's the truth, right? We can go in there and speak, we can advocate, and sometimes it doesn't work. But you know what? What about the alternative of not saying anything, right? But then complaining about decisions that are made, right? I can't complain if the legislator makes a decision, but I didn't go there and advocate for something that I feel, you know, is right. You know what I mean? So despite whatever the outcome is, I learned from this past session that it's important to have a voice, right? It's important to have a voice. At times, it does make a huge difference. Our legislators need to hear from us, the people that are burdened by certain you know, laws. We need to be able to go and show up to the Capitol and you know, together, right, and be able to and be able to raise awareness as to the things that we feel need to be changed. Because look, the reality is a lot of these legislators have no idea about some of the bills that they're voting on. They need us to educate them. I mean, whether they take our advice or not, that's something completely separate. But we have to go up there and educate them. We have to be able to speak, right? And it gives us a voice too. So I've been really happy to work with those organizations. We do have some plans for next session about some things that we would like to raise. I may even have some bills that I may personally try to bring forward in order to help our inmate population, which I feel is a underserviced class of individuals, and that are routinely forgotten, which I don't.
And you're talking beyond cannabis convictions. You're talking the entire prison system, inmate population reform here.
Correct. Yes, that's what I was advocating for with those organizations. Yes.
Yes. So it goes beyond cannabis. We have Jason Ortiz works with the Last Prisoner Project to release all of the cannabis prisoners. But let's go beyond. Let's treat those who are in there. Let's treat them humanely. And let's, prison is supposed to be a place where people are rehabilitated. And from what I understand, there's not a lot of rehabilitation going on there unless you're really, unless that's what you're looking for,
Right.
And if you do that, you have to isolate yourself from everyone else pretty much.
Right. You know what? And a lot of people need to think that there's, look, life is not guaranteed. Life, you never know what's going to happen. This could be your son. This could be your daughter. This could be you. Things happen to people in people's lives and they don't expect it. So what if it was you? What if it was you that something happened and maybe you were faced with a prison term, whether you did something or not? I mean, these are things that people like to think about them when they have to, when they have to think about them. But it shouldn't be that. It should be something that is routinely thought about, whether you have that, whether that has happened in your life or to one of your loved ones or not. So I like people to keep in mind that, life is precious and anything can happen in life. Don't ever think you're above anything. Don't ever think that something can't happen to you, because the reality is anything can happen to anyone in life. And if we were in that position and we were faced with having to serve a prison term, would we want to be treated humanely? Would we want our loved ones to be treated humanely? I would hope that a majority of people would agree with that. So I do hope a lot more people show out, in support next session for things that they believe in.
And that ties into this. Exactly. And for those people who still have it on their records, we have the expungement clinic coming up. I hope people show up for that.
Absolutely.
Because it's important, to clear your record if you have something on there, especially something that is now legal. Do you know what I mean? So, Cody, I think it's great. You're a man of many talents. A lot of people don't know you're also a very talented artist. At some point, I'd love to show off some of your artwork. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, so very, very good. All right. So listen, there is one thing I did want to bring up with both you and Lou. I noticed that Governor Lamont now is examining the Social Equity Council. And it seems that a lot of the complaints that we have been hearing have finally reached the governor's desk. It looks like he's investigating every bit of it. So I just wanted to get your take on that real quick. Just get your opinion on that real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it was a great thing to be able to see that, to be 100% honest with you. My social equity troubles, they lasted for quite some time. And I'm very, very, was very happy to see some accountability and some oversight and someone questioning the, what the Social Equity Council has been doing and how they've been conducting themselves. So hopefully this will lead to a more transparent, Social Equity Council, where license holders are not being neglected when seeking help and approval from the Social Equity Council, because I do firmly believe the council was at fault for quite a bit of operators not becoming operational within a appropriate amount of time. So we'll see what happens with that. I was definitely very happy to see the governor had put some thought into this and is requiring this at this moment. So we'll see what happens.
Lou, what's your thoughts?
So I think it's 50 of one and 50 of another, in all honesty, because now to go crazy, it's nice to have that extra accountability, but I think where they're looking for it is in the wrong place at times. Like right now, they're auditing everything from the accelerator program, that was a contracted request for a contract. The contract was vetted beforehand. The allocations went to a third party group, so it wasn't even anything from the government, and it was basically contracted services. They agreed to pay this much, and then the state should have just paid that, not sit here and try to stop the accelerator program. I think that time frames for approval is definitely something that we're happy that was changed. Now we saw that being changed at the end of the last session. So now there's a set window. If not, it's approved, which works as well. So once again, it's that 50-50. What are they searching for? The convention money and which was peanuts in exchange for stopping $32 million of social equity funds going out to social equity communities and nonprofits, because while they're looking for the $15,000 and who to blame on that, it's now stopped $32 million worth of community funding. So what's the eye shift? You know what I mean? So if you're being audited, if you're auditing, why did they have to stop the money going out to the community-based organizations that are really depending on it? So, it's
see, that's the double-edged sword there.
So now while people are searching, making this huge deal, which it's great to make these deals, the huge deal, the push for it or whatever, if that's what you're focusing on, but to see $32 million stopped for Boys and Girls Clubs, for reentry, for homelessness, for, what I mean? Just stop in its tracks. No more forward movement. Just stop.
Because he's investigating.
Because of this investigation over 15,000 on leaflets, and which realistically, that's what it costs when you're starting to do this stuff. You order 10,000 copies of one piece of paper, it's $10,000 usually, especially if it's in color.
Especially when they know that a government is paying for it. The printer tends to add a little bit something to it.
Joe, Staples is 89 cents a colored piece of paper, 32 cents for a piece of black and white paper. So if you're making 10,000 copies of 5 different things, you're looking at a close to $10,000 bill.
Right.
So when you don't understand what it costs to do business, sometimes you stop good
progress.
Things that are happening.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. It makes sense. You shouldn't stop what they're already doing because you're investigating a whole different area.
So it's tough.
Doing. Yeah.
So that's my answer. It's tough for me because realistically, I would love to see that $32 million that they just stopped go out to the Boys and Girls Clubs, go back to CT Pardons, goes back to the community-based Easter Seals, which is administering a lot of this money. There's 6 municipalities that are now affected on this.
It's good to hear the other side of the coin, Lou. Thank you for bringing that out.
That's not even defending anybody. That's literally just like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm sad. The money's not going to where it could have been going. You know what I mean? Like the Boys and Girls Club lost out. The inner city, the New Haven Reeds missed out. New Haven is one of the towns that now lost that funding.
Right.
Right. So.
Okay. Yeah,
It's tough.
so there's two sides to every story. It makes it's true the Social Equity Council does need to be looked at.
Right.
However, why do you have to stop everything just to look at them?
Right.
No, exactly. Yeah, well, it makes a lot of sense. So thank you for bringing up that other side of the people may not have noticed that, when they read these articles and things. Thank you. Thank you very much. That brings up a whole nother side that people don't realize, that when the government does this, they also pull the rug out from other things. So
Yeah, there's a lot of community agencies that are going to have a tough season when they were dependent on that money, So
Yeah.
like you tell somebody they're awarded this money and then
but
pull it
no,
out from under their hand, pull it right for, and they're the community organization. Like it doesn't got nothing to do with them,
right. I
you
agree.
know.
All right, we're
And that's
almost
why
out
we
of
paid it.
time.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I agree with you, Lou. Thank you again for bringing up that point. That is a very good point. All right, we're almost out of time. Cody, real quick, if you're still there, how do we get in touch with you? How can they order, and how can they contact you if they're a dispenser or somebody who would like to employ your services?
Well, you could always reach me via the website, which is cannabis, CONN.com, cannabiscon.com. You can message us through the website. You can get in contact us, whether you're a customer, whether you're a dispensary. That'll go directly to me. You can also place orders via our website. You can also place orders on the venue website, and you can also place orders on the Affinity website for the New Haven location.
Excellent, Cody. And you're on social media, Instagram?
Not Instagram. I mean, I do some personal LinkedIn stuff, but really, I'm really limited on social media, to be 100% honest with you.
Okay.
But through our website, you can get me on LinkedIn. Should be able to search Cannabis Connection. You can Google search Cannabis Connection Delivery, and we'll pop up all over there to get in contact with us.
Well, Cody, best of luck, and we hope to see you at the job fair. Come on down if you want to hang out with us for a few hours. We'll be down there.
I will 100% be there. My girlfriend actually got off from work, so I'm going to spend a little day with her, and we will definitely be down there.
All right, so Cannabis Connection will be joining us at the job fair this Saturday. Uncle Lou, we're about to sign off. You have any last words?
No last words. Anything special? We got our normal moniker. We want everybody to stay happy, healthy, and high. But definitely come on down if you're in the New Haven area. This reaches all these individuals. Come on down to the shack. Bring a non-perishable food item. That way we can continue to support our community organizations and start the education. There'll be free job training information, and New Haven as a town qualifies for the free job training. So if you live in New Haven, we can provide you free cannabis job training, and you're not required to work at any location, and it starts immediately.
Excellent. See that? All right. So it's going to be a great day. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And again, we got a nice, you were appearing on La Voz this weekend on Saturday.
We love our partners here at the New Haven Independent.
That's right. So Uncle Lou was out there spreading the good word. Kristin, any last words?
I'll just do a final plug to go to greenhavenmedia.com. Go down, scroll the page a little bit, put your name, your email address in. That way you'll get on the list for our soon to be released newsletter and also be entered into the giveaway for those great prize packs from Gene Traders. So
that's right. Or subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Greenhaven Media. You can follow me at Joe the Weed Guy or at Greenhaven Media or Cannabis Corner on Facebook. All right, we are ready to go. I'm getting the sign from Harry. We will see you all this Saturday at the job fair at the Shack. Hit the music, Harry. All right, everybody, thank you. Remember, we'll see you Saturday. I love you all.